Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your stock watch list for Thursday, September 28th. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Top insider purchases after hours provided by the Trade Exchange, TPHS, APPN, REV, SXCP, and EXA. Some syndicate news after the bell. ORIG filed Form F1, and WMC proposed public offering. ROKU sets $14 IPO price that values the company at $1.3 billion, and that's from Dow Jones. For our earnings tomorrow before the bell, we have ACN, ANGO, BlackBerry, BBRY, CAG, MKC, MTN, and RAD. After the bell, we have AEHR, CAMP, KB Homes, KBH, SGH. And that's some of your earnings for tomorrow. For your earnings conference calls tomorrow at 8 o'clock, you have ACN, ANGO, BlackBerry's at 8 o'clock, MKC, DHXM at 8 o'clock, RAD is at 8:30, CMTL at 8:30, ENZ at 8:30, SKYS at 8:30. Later in the morning at 9:30, we have Conagra Foods, CAG. For 10 o'clock, we have FGP, HHS, FUL. 11 o'clock hour, we have OMN, NAUH, and MTN. And for conference calls after the bell tomorrow, CAMP at 4:30, KBH at 5, AEHR at 5 o'clock, AEHR at 5 o'clock, and FARM at 5 o'clock. So that's your earnings conference calls provided by Earnings Cast. If you're any bit curious as to what I do and how I trade, come talk to me at my webinar Thursday, September 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can register for the webinar here, need name, email, and we will send you the link to the webinar. All right, and that's Thursday, September 28th at 6 p.m. Come and meet me. I'm going to go through some swing trading, day trading. I'm going to talk about the service and also go through some charts, some trader mentality, things I've learned over the past, and things that could help you. So if you want, I'm really excited about this webinar. Come to the webinar on Thursday, September 28th, and it starts at 6 p.m. For your economic information for tomorrow at 8:30, we have the GDP, also international trade goods at 8:30, corporate profits at 8:30, initial jobless claims at 8:30. Esther George speaks, Fed speak at 9:45 a.m. 10 o'clock we have the 10:30 the EIA natural gas report. That's at 10:30 for that. And then 11 o'clock we have the Kansas City Fed manufacturing index. We do have some Asian numbers coming out tomorrow night, and that's Thursday night. Japan CPI, household spending, Japan unemployment rate, Japan retail sales, and then at 9:45 p.m. we have the China's PMI. All right, so that's for Thursday for your economic information provided by the Trade Exchange. We'll go ahead and take a look at your overnight futures. It's about 7:41 my time. The Dow futures are down about 8, the S&P futures down about 2, and the NASDAQ futures down about 3 on the NASDAQ futures. For commodities, we have gold down about 1, crude oil, WTI, trading 52.06, down just a fraction, down about 8 cents for crude. Some of your top gainers for the trading day today for Wednesday were AVGR, OSTK, BLPH, IMNP, ASTC, AXON, PMTS, LIFE, LCI, MU, CHMA, and LITE. For your losers for the day for Wednesday, TANH, VERI, VNET, TTS, KRNT, ITCI, FANH, TAHO, DYNT, AEMD, DHXM, and BW. For your options activity provided by the Trade Exchange, call activity CPG, KMI, PayPal, PYPL, Steel Dynamics, STLD, TMUS, T-Mobile. For the put side, we had Colgate-Palmolive, CL, CTL, DG, GE, and Juno put side activity, but this Juno was on the bid side. All right, so I just want to point that out. So for put activity, we did have Juno to the bid side. All right, and that's your options, unusual options activity for Wednesday, the 27th. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the markets today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average popped today. We were up about 0.25% today, up 56 points for the day. So nice pop there for the Dow. The IYT, the transports pushed out of this range here and making new highs here on the IYT. So we pushed out of this range here and we came off of this 50 SMA and now we're pushing a new high. So that's great for the Dow Jones. Good to see that the transports are strong. The IWM, all right, and this is the weekly you're looking at. The IWM broke out to all new time highs here on the IWM, and the IWC did the same thing, broke out to all new time highs. If we look at it on the daily, nice big move after this big run up, and then they pop it here today. Now I don't know if this is kind of a parabolic move. We'll see on the IWC and the IWM. So big pops in those on big volume, over 66 million shares. So breaking out of this range. So definitely the leader right now. The IBB still in this tight channel right here. Needs to get back over this 337. And then on, up onto maybe past 340 and whatnot. So the IBB holding within this range. The XLF looking strong here on the XLF. The financials looking strong. And XBI also in this tight range right now, basing below this 86 level on the XBI. If we look at the NASDAQ composite, that one basing under that 6,500 level right here, so couldn't break through that 644.77. If we look at it on the Qs, we're just starting to get back and touching the 20 SMA. So the Qs are definitely the weaker sector right now and the weaker market right now. Although Google did have a good day, and I'll show you that in a second. So that's the QQQ. And then lastly, we'll just take a quick look at the SPY. And you see that we've been in this range, this 20 SMA. We popped off that. We pulled back. But we have been holding this 249 spot. And now we're trying to break out over this 250 spot on the SPY. So we'll see if they want to push this up. Here's the weekly on the SPY. And trying to break out to new all-time highs on the SPY. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the big names here. Apple, still under the 50 SMA on Apple here, still under the 10 SMA. So Apple still to the weak side. Tesla, like we said, most of the bigger names are not faring as well. Back under the 50 SMA on Tesla, Netflix. This one is the strongest out of the bunch, and trying to get back over the 10 SMA. Google actually is the strongest out of the bunch today, and got back over the 50, broke up over this 100 SMA on Google. Amazon, not much movement in Amazon, still below all the fast moving averages on Amazon. Baba, trying to hold this 50 SMA on Baba. Nvidia, that one is still above the 50 SMA and holding this 170 spot. Everybody was waiting for Nvidia to break out over that 170. It did that, and now it's consolidating around $170. Facebook, still below the 50 SMA on Facebook. We came down here to the 100 SMA, and now we're holding below the 50 SMA on Facebook right now. So still a little bit of weakness. Priceline, this one holding below the 150 SMA, not looking strong at all on that name. And let's see, lastly, we'll take a look at a couple of the SMH. All right, SMH trying to get back over that 90, call it 93 spot on the SMH. We came down to the 20, we bounced off of that. So that's your SMH, that's some of the markets, and now I'll be back to you with the watch list. So we lead off with AMRN, and this one was on the video last night. We spoke about if it broke over this 350 mark and you got a nice pop in AMRN. Now we're looking for maybe a continuation move. 2.4 million shares traded, ARRY. This one's starting to break out of this consolidation, so I'll be looking for maybe a continuation move. Almost 7 million shares traded in ARRY. Nice run already, but looks like maybe it wants to do a continuation move. ASNA, this one is holding above the 50, but it needs to get over this 275 spot on ASNA. AVGR, nice pop today, up 119%. So we'll see if this one has anything left in the tank for tomorrow for a possible, move, continuation, or setup on an intraday chart. BLPH, nice pop, 2 million shares on BLPH, trying to get over this 130 spot on that name. Maybe a red to green or some kind of intraday setup on BLPH. CAMT. Looking for this one to take out 525 on the name, and would need some more volume, but looks like it's starting to get up over this 100 SMA, and so maybe 525 will bring some volume in on CAMT. Next one up is CARS. This one looking for the 27 break, maybe 2685, 2690 for that $27 break on CARS. CSIQ, looking for this one to take out the highs today of 1686, and then maybe we get that break of 17 on CSIQ. SEDGE, which we spoke about yesterday, and I lined the chart for you. Big pop in this one when it broke over 27. It got a huge move, so it based here, consolidated, and then popped. But as far as the solars go, SEDGE is about the best one. SEDGE and CSIQ are probably the strongest ones right now. If we look at 3D printing, I'm watching this 3D printing if we can get over maybe 1385 for the possible $14 break on DDD systems. The other one in that space is SSYS, and that one popped today. We'll see if this one can get up over that 150 SMA, which is at 2363. So maybe 2370 on SSYS or 2375 SSYS. Another one in the 3D printing space. Here's a gaming stock. All right, so we have the gaming stocks, and they're pretty strong. We had Win popping today, LVS moving up today, MCLO popping today. Let's just check MGM. Not as doing as well. SGMS and IGT. So SGMS, which my group is in from 3685-ish area, popping up to 4495. IGT, doing okay, holding above the 5 EMA. So maybe this ERI wants to get going. It has a high here of 2530. Has about 600,000 shares in it, so I'll have this one on watch. Maybe a possible swing trade in ERI. Fitbit, which we I don't know if I spoke about this one in the video yesterday. If not, this one was one that I gave to the group on our private Twitter feed, and we did pop over this 665, and we got a nice push up to over $7, $7.09 today. So a lot of my group are in this one, and we've taken some profits, but we're still holding some on Fitbit. The other name is GoPro. We're in this one from 1055 on a swing trade, and now we're trying to push up maybe through 12. Some topping tails here, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. So GoPro, not a fresh call, but just pointing out, we're in it from 1055, but we do have some topping tails here, so just be aware of that. IMMU, this chart looks like it's setting up. It's a biotech, day trade only. It had a high today of 1294, so if it breaks this 13 spot maybe, or if it can get back over 1280, 1290, maybe we get that 13 break on IMMU, 3.2 million shares traded. IMNP was a big popper today, up 17% for the day. So we'll see if this one sets up intraday on the name, okay? You have, we're back above the 50 SMA, so I'll see how this one plays out today. IOTS, holding the 20 SMA, trying to pop here, and maybe we get that break through, $8 and we get some volume coming into the name. Semiconductor name, so IOTS. LCI popped today, 1.9 million shares. Looking for it to take out maybe 1950. Maybe we get a continuation move through 20. So I'll have that one on watch. Mara, if you're into the under $1 names, it popped today. Big volume in the name, and we'll see if this one wants to set up tomorrow. The high today on the name was 56 cents. So we'll see if we can get back over that 56-cent mark. MB came up on a scanner tonight. Looking for it to take out maybe 27. So if it takes out 27, what is it, mind and body? We might get some volume coming in, but it would need to take out 27. MVIS had popped here. Now it's pulled back. Now it's turning back up. So maybe over 280 on MVIS. And we'll see if that one can move. Nano in the semiconductor space. Big pop here, but volume a little bit light, so we'll see how this one sets up tomorrow. NANO, OPGN under a 50-cent name, but 3.6 million shares came into the name, so you might want to watch this one for tomorrow. Plug still holding the 5 EMA, FCEL still holding the 5 EMA, and BLDP, Ballard Power still holding the 5 EMA. So maybe Plug wants to get going again tomorrow, maybe over this like 270 spot. Possible swing trade in that one, although I did miss a big move in this, so we'll see. Not a favorite. PTN closed at 64 cents, so we'll see if this one can get back over like 66 cents. Maybe we'll get a continuation move in PTN. QLYS, a lower volume stock, but it's a pretty daily chart. If it can get over 53.10, maybe we get a continuation move in QLYS. Sedge we spoke about. SGMO, over the let's see, the high today was 1393, so over like maybe 1390. Maybe we'll get that continuation through 14 on SGMO. This is strictly a day trading stock, biotech stock. SPPI, big pop in this name. Looking for maybe continuation or possible red to green in the name. 2.3 million shares. SSTI, this one is setting up nicely. Looking for that $12 break on SSTI. Looks like a recent IPO. Next up, we already spoke about SSYS. X was one that we called in the service today on the break of 2450, 2455, 2450, and this one popped up to 2555. So a lot of members got this one today. Beautiful move in U.S. Steel, and a lot of happy members. Zyop, this one's popping. We spoke about it in previous videos, but now it's starting to get some volume. 1.3 million shares in ZIOP. We closed at 633, so if it can take out 642 or 650, maybe we get a continuation move in Zyop for possible day trade or something like that. All right, so that has been the stocks on watch. And lastly, don't forget, Thursday, September 28th at 6 p.m., I will be doing a webinar. So come and talk to me about trading, all right? I'll give you my views. You can give me your views. I can tell you about my service and go through some of my mindset. The webinar starts at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 28th. That's tomorrow. Put your email, your name, your email, and we'll send you the link to the webinar. All right, have a very nice night, guys. Thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and you have a very nice evening. Good day trading tomorrow, and come join us in the room. Come check us out. Come to the webinar, and see what I'm about. All right, thanks very much. Thanks for listening. Have a great evening.